I'd like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of this land. I pay my respects to the elders, past, present, and emerging, for they hold the memories, traditions, and culture of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people across the nation. I thought that it might be nice to focus on peace, love, and harmony tonight, because, you know, we had the speech with Putin talking about, you know, disarmament of nuclear weapons. And although, you know, we're not going to buy into all that stuff, it's just that it's out there in the ether, you know, in the collective as well. And so anything that focuses on peace and love and harmony is, I think, really important at the moment. So thank you so much for joining. I've got a few things organised, and I'm hoping that maybe some of you have got something to contribute as well.
You can't lose hope and peace. You've got to stand in love.
Yep.
You've got to constantly be working from your heart, because if you don't, everybody loses hope. And once we all lose hope, we're all lost.
Yeah.
So's our planet. What works for me is when that starts to come up, I say cancel, clear, cancel, clear, cancel, clear.
Okay, great.
I just say delete, delete, delete.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just press the delete button. If people thoughts, you know, I just go delete. and then I refocus on, you know, I think we need to learn to project out rather than absorb the negativity around, and learn to make yourself really, you know, in your heart space, really solid. And then instead of absorbing that negativity, project out love, peace, harmony, you know, really make it a mantra in your mind and just keep projecting out.
Oh, hello. And look, I just needed to come on to connect with you, Madine, because, you know, we're sort of, you know, fellow Aussies, and I thought, oh, this is an opportunity to say hi to you and hi to everyone. And please call me Von. I have a real sort of energetic to Yvonne. Okay, so call me Von. How long have I been doing it? Wow. Okay. I started actually channeling daily posts seriously. Well, I didn't, but, you know, that which channels through us. In July, well, I actually started about February 2020 to do daily posts, but then I think it was late June or something that suddenly my team said start numbering them. And so I did, I got to 1,000 days of posting daily, but it's not just, you know, I don't just do the writing, which comes through every morning, and I have a blank slate when I wake up at 5:30, but always something comes through. But I also do a picture quote with it. So, and then after day 1,000, they said, that's okay, that's enough for a book. So I've left that aside, whether it ever becomes a book or not. You know, I'm a bit busy at the moment, so that's not happening. But then I just continued on, and I'm still doing posts every morning on Facebook. Yes. So if you're interested in sort of, you know, keeping yourself inspired, it's all about staying in the new earth energy. Yeah. And so I'm just as interested in what comes through every day as everybody else. So when did I actually start this journey? I've just had my 83rd birthday. So I was awakened.
Happy birthday.
Well, no, well, when I say just, you know, it was a little bit ago. And I was awakened in 1987. And one day I woke up with all this download saying, well, this is your mission. So this is what we're going to do. And I'm like, well, ooh. And here I still am. So that's a really short version of my entry.
And it's the amour of God, which is the love of God, as well as the armour, the protection of God. May the divine loving presence of God please be above and all around us. May Mother Mary, the Lady of the Light, please hold us. May Mother Earth, dear Gaia, please hold us. May the seven swords of virtue please light our way. May St. Michael please stand by our right hand, Archangel Gabriel by our left hand, Archangel Stelorio and Muriel to stand before us. Archangel Raphael, please stand behind us. Archangel Camille, Raphael, and Barakil, please join us also. Please hold us and shield and protect me and my guardian angels and guides of the light of mine from all that is not of God's pure love and light as I take my sacred steps into my own sacred heart. In God's holy name, amen. I'd like to bring up for you a beautiful shield, which is a 12th dimensional shield that we can put in our energy field. And if you put it into your third eye, or you can just visualize it for a minute. Can everyone see that? So this is a 12th dimensional shield from Lisa Renee. And what you can say is, I command this space as sacred in the name of God and consecrated to the service of the one source light. So if you just want to take a moment to visualize that 12th dimensional shield surrounding you, for example, around your energy field, or you can place it into your third eye, whatever feels good. Just visualize it on that for a moment. I don't know if Heather would like to read this, because Heather, you've got such a beautiful voice, but I'll pop it up on the screen. And this is a translation from Aramaic into English. It actually went from Aramaic to Greek, Aramaic to Greek to Latin to English in this translation of the Lord's Prayer. And it's really, really beautiful. So I'd love it if Heather could read it for us. Here it is.
Okay. O cosmic birther of all radiance and vibration, soften the ground of our being and carve out a space within us where your presence can abide. Fill us with your creativity so that we may be empowered to bear the fruit of your mission. Let each of our actions bear fruit in accordance with our desire. Endow us with the wisdom to produce and share what each being needs to grow and flourish. Untie the tangled threads of destiny that bind us as we release others from the entanglement of past mistakes. Do not let us be seduced by that which would divert us from our true purpose, but illuminate the opportunities of the present moment. For you are the ground and the fruitful vision, the birth, power, and fulfillment as all is gathered and made whole once again. So it is.
Beautiful, thank you. And on the topic of timelines, I just wanted to share something else that I think is really interesting at the moment. I listened to a talk, and I'm happy to give the link here if anyone wants to listen to the talk. It's a fascinating talk. I really encourage people to listen to it. And it's about 2 timelines. So it's talking about the bifurcation that many people have talked about, such as Dolores Cannon, and many people about the basically the Earth going into 2 separate timelines, and some people resonate with it, some don't. I think it's very interesting, and as we haven't been through this transition as humanity before, and as Mother Earth ascending with the beings upon her, we don't know exactly, obviously, how this is going to go, but I think this is really good to be aware of. So I'm just going to bring it up on the screen. Here's an image of, and it's sort of a light colored print, so hopefully you can read it, but I'll just bring it up. So I just want to basically give you a summary of this talk. So in this talk, it talks about, it's really important, and the reason I brought it into this today was it's about being in love, peace, and harmony. So when you are in the frequency and the vibration of love, peace, harmony, you know, the higher qualities, you're going to be able to step onto the highest potential timeline, which in this man's work, and he studied this all his life, he says there are two timelines. One is the organic crystal spiral time wave, and the other is the inorganic fallen metatronic spiral time wave. And you can see the red one in the image is the Fibonacci spiral time wave, which is the inorganic fallen time wave. And the blue one is the crystal organic spiral time wave. So one of them has all the higher frequency qualities to embody if you want to be on that higher timeline. And the other one is the one where there's more of a dystopian type Earth or planet that people are existing on. And it's interesting because he says at the point of November 2023, which is, he says, the 8th to the 9th of November 2023, is the point where the arrow is, which is where the two timelines start to go in different directions, so that they come together at that point, and then from the 8th and the 9th they start to go separately. So it is by, he says, by that time period that we need to choose clearly, you know, what timeline we want to be on. And of course everyone here will be on the higher timeline, but you know, it's about you know, when we embody the qualities of that higher timeline, we're just going to be able to ride that wave and that higher crystalline timeline. So that's what he says. So I thought that was really interesting.
I do my work. So it's something that I wrote eons ago, and I just needed to reach for it. And it's called Love. And I think for me, that is, you know, my mission and my work is to bring people to this new earth of peace, love, and harmony. And so I love the topic, Nadine. So this is something I wrote called Love, if I may read it to you.
Beautiful, thank you.
That great mystery of life, mankind strives for it, searches for it, hungers for it. No matter how much love man seems to have, there is never enough of it. More people have talked about love, written about love, sung about love, fought for love, sacrificed for love, dreamt for love, and wished for love than anything else in the history of mankind. So what is this thing called love? It can't be bought. It can't be borrowed. It can't be seen. A totally intangible commodity is love. And yet all mankind yearns for it. Without it, our lives become empty, meaningless, and desolate. With it, we can overcome the greatest obstacles, climb the highest mountain, cross the widest ocean, attempt the seemingly unachievable. Love allows us to have a vision of our own inner beauty and depth, to experience the reflection of our divine spiritual essence, to sense the bliss of its energy radiating through us into all that surrounds us. Love gives life meaning, hope, courage, and splendor. Love is a smile, a touch, a gesture, a song, a poem, a painting, a sunset. Love is life itself.
Here we go. It's really short, but it really resonated with me. So it just says, just remember. When we look deeply within ourselves, we find that all emotions are a reflection of the relationship of balance between the mind and the body. When a relationship becomes unstable, so do we. To find a balance of the mind and body, you must first incorporate the soul. It is only through the incorporation of soul, the journey from our heads to our hearts, that we are able to recognize that love is the balance.
on the topic of peace, love, and harmony. So I'm just going to bring it up on the screen. And you're welcome to say it, you know, or say it internally. The Declaration of Alignment. And I'll just get you to read it first. And if you feel like it resonates, feel welcome to say the words. I now choose of my own free will as a sovereign created being to align with my highest timeline potential and the highest timeline potential of the collective through unity consciousness. As I will it, so shall it be done.
It's just a bit long, but I'll just read the first bit. And I can send it to you for the rest. It's on February the 19th, 2023 by John Smallman. It's called "You Were Created as Life, as Love, as One with God." As you all continue to wait expectantly and enthusiastically for the great moment of your collective awakening, do let go of your doubts and anxieties about its certainty. It is God's divine plan for those who chose to experience the totally unreal state of separation from him, and that they awaken when they freely choose to do so, and that irreversible collective choice to awaken has already been made. Your awakening is assured. No other option is required or available. As you continue waiting, be in peace and be patient. As you become increasingly aware of the disasters that major corporate and political organizations are allowing to occur across the world, and as the frequency of extreme weather condition and earth movements also appear to be increasing worldwide. And there's a lot more, but it ends with on and on and on. When you awaken, as shortly you will be astounded at the importance of the parts that you have each played in bringing this moment to its divine conclusion. Your joy and your knowing in the actuality of your divinity will occasion you intense and endless bliss. Your loving brother, Jesus.
I've got something I'd like to share. I don't know if any of you are familiar with my work, but my mission, and at this stage of my life, you know, I keep thinking how much longer, but it's all about creating, yeah, absolutely, peace, love, and harmony, but actually activating that in creating new earth communities around the world. And we have an amazingly alive community here down the peninsula in Melbourne. Anyone else?
Morning to Peninsula.
To Peninsula.
Yep.
So I really encourage everyone to activate that. It's so we do a weekly brekkie, as I call it. You know, that's a real Aussie term, but so my other people from around the world who don't quite get that word, but you know, you all get the brekkie word. And it started, I think, in 2018 when one of my students said to me, look, I'm a bit out of balance with work-life balance. You know, we all get to that stage. And I said to her, what aren't you doing that you'd love to do? And she said, I love going out for a brekkie. And I go, oh, well, let's do that. And so the next week we decided to meet for brekkie. We invited a couple of other people. We started with 3. This morning's brekkie, and I call it my Happy Monday, we had 40 people in a cafe.
Wow.
You can imagine, now just imagine 40 people that are living in the new earth. They've left the old earth. We've left it. And we're in this new earth energy. It's like the roof is lifted, but you know the radiance of that, how that affects, you know, kilometers. And it's interesting because we have about 5 different cafes, so we move every week to another one, spread the love. And every week there are more people. So why I want to share it with you is because I ask people, so, you know, they now say I'm the heart of the community, but I ask people, why are you here and what, you know, and they're all looking for their tribe.
Yeah.
And I'm finding that's what people are doing around the world. They're looking for their tribe. They're looking for people who resonate energetically with each other. And it's a community of complete acceptance of, it doesn't matter what color you are, what size you are, what, you know, nobody cares what you do or what you don't do. It is, you're a human being. You are an expression of source in human form. Therefore, you are one of us. And it's that incredible acceptance without judgment, without anybody having an opinion, without anybody trying to outdo the other person, that's creating this amazing milieu of collaboration, of creativity. And, you know, this community is full of healers, of nurses and doctors that have walked away from the old matrix. And I've got somebody in Texas who wants to know how to run one of those, and look, it's just inviting a few people, and then just and really making sure that your topic of conversation is about a new earth. It's about, you know, inspiration and an excitement of, and it's about walking away from what was, and offering a safe place to be, you know. And so that's really why I'm still doing at this stage of my life. I still get up and you know, it's just so wonderful. I get so humbled by the energy that is created by these beautiful people, and each one of them is going out and spreading their wings and taking, you know, they're inspired to take themselves and to bring out their creativity that they have perhaps not had time or given time to, and putting that in a place of service. And it's just beautiful to watch. It's like, for me, it's all about, you know, I grow people. And so just seeing this, and so Nadine, when you're talking about, you know, creating a world of peace, love and harmony, I was born into the Second World War. So, and I've been through 2 wars throughout my life, and, you know, never again. And so this creation of this New Earth communities is so vibrant, and it's happening all around the world. So I just wanted to share that, because, you know, we're so looking to other people to do things for us. This is about us doing it. We're the people. I'm the people.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you. I totally agree. I think it's so important to build community.
But what I have noticed in the area that I live, and actually where I live, is actually it's been a difficult time, because it's a fairly closed-minded community in general. So it's been really quite difficult finding your tribe, and which is why something like this that you do, Medina, has been so, you know, helpful and supportive for me, because at least if you can't find it in your actual vicinity, it's great to be able to connect with like-minded people on Zoom. But I have become aware quite recently that there are a few grassroots things stepping up in my community. So I think it's just that they're there, and people are definitely feeling the same, and they are starting up. And one of them is an alternative type of council that's meeting quite regularly. There's also quite a lot of little grassroots schooling systems setting up. So it's really inspiring to know that is happening. And I think probably everyone else on this call is probably noticing that in their areas. So that's really inspiring, I think, and exciting for all of us. And
is anyone else noticing any communities building up around them?
Yeah. I mean, I was belonging to a community, and that's parted ways a bit, but there are a few areas that I still locate with other people, which is lovely, and that seems to be growing as well. And there's certainly, every time I go out, I meet another person almost that's at least on the same page. And you can talk freely and not be looked at as if you're completely bonkers. So yeah, it's great. And what I'm finding is that the majority of people that I'm mixing with that do come into the category that we're talking about have all moved into the area in the last few years predominantly. It's not as if it's an old community. It's as if a number of us have just moved into the area and keep on finding people that are on the same page. So it's great.
I think that relocation thing is part of people, like Yvonne said, trying to find their community. So they're moving to try and magnetize toward themselves energetically aligned people, even if it's an unconscious thing.
Medina,
Yeah.
could I just say, I feel like I'm putting something completely the opposite of all the beautiful things that everybody's saying, but I think underneath that's not the case. Be it the softly has not worked. I've tried that for years and years and years, and respectful and this and that. And I met somebody recently who's, I think, going to be a long-term friend, and she's amazing, an amazing woman. She's done the most extraordinary things, and she's been through hell on earth in her life, and she's come out the other end. And she said to me, Heather, you know, you just have to speak it. You know, speak what needs to be said, even if it's really, even if it's sort of really sort of nasty, not nasty, but do you know what I mean? Not you know, all light and lovely. But she said, have fun doing it. That's the key, is always to, you know, have some humor in it and so forth. And she's done the most extraordinary things. Like she's gotten settlements for victims of priests, for hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. She's, you know, she's challenged Cardinal Pell head on, you know. It's just all incredible. Wow. So I don't know how that fits in with all the lovely things that everybody was saying.
I totally get what you're saying, though, that, you know, sometimes you've got to be really strong, and you've got to have really clear boundaries, and you've got to really stand up for what you believe in. And I totally get that.
You know, there's a great misconception about this word love. Love is strong. It's the strongest thing in creation, because it's the foundation of creation. You know, the love that we talk about is, you know, all this sweet stuff. Love is power. So, you know, you use the love for life. It's love of, you know, I love you. It's love for life. Life is an energy that is in continuous growth and expansion. And anything that is not doing that is not of love, not of the creation of love. We just have to get this word in its right place. You know, it's like everything's been hijacked. And so this realization that love is the strongest power that you can use to go where we're going.